Okay, well, figured I won't wait 6 months to do updates anymore. I'll do them as things come along, or as developments happen as of now. Um, previous month, when I was taking the muscle relaxers, the muscle, that overstretched muscle in my stomach that they talked about, I started developing a pain on my side. Now, I was able to treat it with Tylenol for the most part, but I wasn't moving around a lot. And the reason why is because those blood clots were developing in my lungs, which was making me basically just sit around like didn't have enough oxygen or energy to do anything. So I believed it had helped heal it, whatever was going on. Well, then the blood clots went full ape on me. And of course, I was in the hospital. Once I got out of the hospital, as I've been clearing up, I was amazed at how much better I could breathe, how much in comparison I wasn't able to breathe before. So as I was getting better, I thought, okay, I need to, continue to move forward. So I figured I would start doing some small things. And when I say small, I mean very small, very, very, very small chores. Like, for instance, I relocated where I was keeping medicine because I was able to move around a little bit more. I started moving them farther away from me. Originally, they were next to me at the table, and then I put them over by the kitchen table. And then last Saturday or Friday or Thursday, or whatever it was, I moved them upstairs. Like, I was moving stuff around so that way it would make me move a little bit further each day each time I go get my medicines or whatnot. So during that time, then I went upstairs and there was a drawer that we were storing a lot of medicines and bandages and stuff in, a dresser drawer. So I opened it up and I was going through it. I wasn't Everything was a very light chores today or that day. By the end of the day, I went downstairs and I started getting pain back again. It was pretty bad. I sat down. Within hours, it was really bad. By the next day, it was crippling. By the third day, I was taking, or it might have been the second day, I'm not sure which anymore. I was taking a towel and I tried to stretch it around me to compress me a little bit. So when I coughed, because I didn't know what was happening, I didn't know if it was tearing muscles or, your spleen's located there. Um, they said originally my spleen and my liver were a little bit enlarged, but that's because of steroids and extra weight gain, and it wasn't anything to be concerned about. But I didn't know. I didn't know what was happening. You can't see inside of you, obviously. I mean, if it's from the outside and I can see what's going on, it's a little different. Well, when I coughed, when I wrapped that towel around me, I thought I was going to drop to the floor. And then a few times, one time I sneezed, it just came out like, and I screamed. I mean, it was every time I cough, I'd wail just out loud just because of the pain. So I figured by Tuesday, if it wasn't better, by Monday, if it wasn't better, I'd go in on Tuesday, the doctor. Tuesday, I ended up sleeping in because I just had a hard time sleeping. So by the time they could get me in, it would have been the next morning. So I went Wednesday morning, and March, March whatever. Hold on a second. I gotta answer my wife here. Um, March. What is today? I know, March 17th. I have the computer right in front of me. I'm trying to figure out what time it is or what day it is. Um, so I went in the morning. I had the doctor check it, and she felt it pop. Actually, while I had it was on the table, which I was glad, because I could actually make it pop just by breathing. I said it felt like maybe something was poking out between the ribs, or something of that nature. Because I didn't know if it was the other end of that muscle, maybe tearing off the ribs every time. I didn't want to do a lot of damage. I'm getting over each thing as it's coming along, so as it is. So she sent me next door to get a rib series. That's 6 X-rays around the chest with breathing in and breathing out in different locations, and my ribs fractured. So for the past 2 months, that's my rib has been evidently what I'm thinking has happened is I probably fractured it the previous month, but because I wasn't moving around and doing much, and because I was on the higher prednisone or the higher steroid, the one that was making me eat a lot, um, it helped me to heal it because I really wasn't doing anything because of not walking around because of the blood clots that were developing. But then after I went off the other steroid, my cough was coming back. I was starting to clear my lungs out. The blood clots were going away. Like I was felt that I could do things, and then when I'd move, the stuff in my lungs would start moving, so it'd make me cough. And I think that's what made me cough. Then that probably refractured. It was probably healing, wasn't healed all the way, and I just fractured it even more. Because this is nothing like it was. It's far worse. Uh, they did give me some codeine and cough syrup. Cough syrup doesn't seem to be helping much at this point. My NyQuil was doing better, and the codeine, as you can tell, it helped a little bit, but it's still painful. They said in 2 days to give them a call back. If it's not helping pain wise, they'll separate the two. I do have a brace coming. All the medical stores I stopped at were all no one had them. The specific rib bandages, rib braces. So I ordered one. It's 3 adjustables off of it. It should come Friday, so that should help me. I hope it does. Um, so there's been a lot going on. Like I said, I'm. It kind of sucks that I get one thing after I just got finished getting something else. Like I don't get a break, but now I got a break. Um, but on the other hand, I'm glad I didn't get all this stuff at the same time. So at least I'm able to manage it and handle it each, with each thing that comes along. So that does benefit a little bit. Um, the other news is when we went in the hospital today, or the doctor's office today, because of the prednisone that I'm back with, right before this happened, I was telling the doctor, I told my pulmonologist that I was getting my cough back. It was coming up a little bit more. So he gave me a 7-day higher dosage of prednisone, which I'm so thankful that lined up and happened because I would have been in so much more pain with a full out cough like I was coughing. So I'm glad that happened. But I feel that it added to me bumping up to I'm 304 now. So that means my wife did win the bet. And I spoke before. I made the agreement that I didn't think I was going to go for 300. She said I wouldn't if I did, and she got to dye my hair blue, like the blueberry girl for Oompa Loompa, or for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. She keeps saying Oompa Loompas, but I think they were orange and purple or something, whatever color they were. So luckily, well, I should say luckily, but after she dropped me off at the house here, after the hospital, she went out to the store and she bought hair dye. Luckily, she said she bought the temporary hair dye, which wasn't part of the agreement, but I didn't care. But we'll find out how temporary the word temporary actually is, and we'll see how long I have it. So either the next video or the video after that, you're probably gonna see me with blue hair. So we'll see how that goes. I wanted to keep it short. Like I said, just wanted to kind of do some updates as they happen. It's a lot easier than trying to crowd in a whole bunch of updates over time, and it just makes it too long for most people. So anyway, I figured originally I was gonna say originally I said after with getting cleared up more, I was gonna start getting my beach bod back. So, oh God, I shouldn't make myself laugh. I think I'm funny. Um, but see now I don't. Oh no, I don't know where I was going with it. Oh, but now with the fracture, 4 to 6 weeks for it to heal and no lifting. Um, so I gotta call a doctor because normally the paper says how much, but it didn't say. So we'll find out. So that's it. Do me a favor, please hit the subscribe button. I could really use the the boost, and the like button. Just kind of help me out a little bit. All right, see you.